Good afternoon and welcome to tonight's show. My name's Richard Wozick and I've been with Fairfax Meadow now for 23 years. Currently the Phase 1 production manager for the wipe up or D-box team, the portion control department, the carvery department and the packing and transfers departments. It was starting as a production operative, unskilled in any sort of thing, never really been in this sort of factory, only planned on really coming here for a few weeks. Got the option to work, believe it or not, order picking in the freezer after about 6-8 weeks. Did that. Then got asked if I was interested in learning any butchery skills. So I took that opportunity because I thought it was one of them jobs where you thought, I could do that. Like everyone thinks, I can do that. And let me tell you, it's not as easy as it looked. I got the opportunity to be like a team leader within portion. When, believe it or not, we just very first started Miller and Carter. And I was the steak cutter who cut the first and cut Miller and Carter when it very first started. So it was probably that. And then underneath at the time, the portion manager was Richard Wibley. He needed someone else to help him do bits and bobs. I put my head above the water sort of thing and thought I could do that. I wouldn't mind a go at that. He took a bit of a chance on me. Against, to be fair, at the time, the wishes of some of the higher management at the time, who I had to then prove wrong. And then from there, it just carried on, became portion control supervisor. We brought in the Morel machines, which no one had ever, we'd never had nothing like that in our industry at the time. And an old ops director, Richard Stokes, wanted someone to become Mr. Morel, shall we say. So I took the manuals, took the books, took the training off the engineers from Morel, and I learned every single thing about them machines and ran them machines from when we first got it. So I was I suppose you could talk the Morel man. The next stage, we'd gone from hand cutting, traditional hand cutting, everything in the industry was traditional hand cutting, to pushing for more machine cut products. And I took that to the next level. Back in 2008, I think it was, the new business system, AX, came into play. And it was a time where there was an opportunity for a hotels manager. The current manager in the hotels department was leaving. So that job became available. I applied for it, thinking next step. And I got it. Tough learning curve, quite foreign to what I'd been doing for the previous sort of 8-9 years. But I think it helped me learn a lot more about the business as a whole than just the portion side of the business. 3 years or so ago, our packing and transfers manager retired. And it seemed the obvious thing really was to then finally consolidate production within Phase 1. So from the point then of intake, to the point we debox the meat, to the point we cut, string, pack, added value, label, transfer over to the pick face, all came under one banner, which I like to think now is, and we call production, which is what I manage. So why do I love working at Fairfax Meadow? I think the easiest way to describe it is it's like a bit of a family. I think you don't get on with everybody every day like you don't with your own family. You know, you have some people who you get on with better, you'll socialise with outside of work, and some you don't, but you know you'd miss them if you didn't see them at work. So I think it's the family sort of atmosphere, and when the chips are down and the machine's broke, or there's someone off sick, a van's broke down, you're waiting on a delivery, all the little things that can make people's day longer, make people's day more difficult, people then seem to come together and they seem to then work as a team. And I think that's been installed from the off, I've always found anyway. And I think that sort of togetherness, that sort of family thing, you might have had the argument with that person that day, but when it comes to it, you'll work together and you'll make it happen. And I think that sort of atmosphere and that sort of togetherness around the business has helped and definitely made the business grow. I remember is 96, came with nothing, no skills. To be fair, I'd been engineering, so I had an engineering apprenticeship that I'd walked out on because I'd gone travelling. Came back from travelling and I needed a job. I got given the job, so the job wasn't the greatest job in the world, but it was a start. And with each sort of part of the cycle, with each part of the progression, I suppose you could put, some of it I suppose you can always say is down to chance, right place, right time, but you also have to want it. And I think if you want the opportunity, you get given the opportunity. People do take a chance on people, and I think that's how I also manage, and my supervisors and team leaders and things, and I take a chance on them, because if they show, and I think they show willing, they want to learn, they want to progress. That's how I came through with no real skills. I didn't go to university, you know what I mean? I didn't learn to be a butcher, I didn't learn the meat industry. I've learned everything from being here and from the knowledge of the people above and at the side and so on. So that sort of thing, I think it comes down to you. It comes down to you as a person, but it comes down to what people can give you. Then you've just got to take that and see where you can take that then, which invariably leads you to the next step. Because if you can take something like, I suppose I did in the sense with the morel, something new, something unheard of within Fairfax at the time, develop it, learn about it, and take that to the next level, then people see that and they want to take you to the next level. So it just carries on, and I think it's all about you.